Okay, I got your stream up as soon as you go live. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
Go the third one down.
third one, what, front loaders?
No, you had it off to the left. Third one down, right there.
Yeah, I don't have.
The circle. No, the circle with the.
Well, that's where I
The
was, and I don't
circle
have.
with the box.
Yeah, this is where I was.
Go,
You said that's not the right.
well, just show me.
Oh, there.
No, you're too far down.
What do you mean the circle? This is the circle with the down.
The third one from the top is a circle with a box.
Oh, well, you
You
said this.
keep
Well, this doesn't say downloadable content, but anyway, which one is it in here? Because I have tons of junk in here. Because
okay.
I mean,
Well,
a bunch.
because that's because everything needs updated. Scroll down because I don't see it.
Yeah, because I
yet.
don't have it. That's why.
No, yeah, you do. It's right there. It's in the very. Go back up. Go back up. Go back up. Go back up. All the way to the top. I just saw it. See that Colossus Harvest Pack up into the top right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just didn't. Okay. How do you make an update?
Click on it. And
There it
then
is.
down at the bottom,
Updated.
it'll tell you which button to update it with.
Okay. Well, it. Yep. I guess I should go and update some. Okay, it should be.
Yep.
Now we should be. Here.
Yeah, now try it.
Well, sometimes you gotta close the game and open it too. So I'll see. Still stupid. Well, it's not done yet. Maybe it did it. Maybe I did it too quick.
Yeah. The box underneath of it is the one that'll tell you when it's downloaded and when it's not. The box with the arrow on the left. Yeah,
Yeah, I
there.
see.
Okay, so it's downloaded. Now restart your game and try it.
Well, I gotta be able to. OBS.
If not, it'll just be a black screen.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Let's hope this is. Well, yeah, this should.
It's either going to or it won't.
Available. See, it wasn't in the downloads, so. Didn't update it.
Well, it must have because it's not
The
there.
kit I own. Where's the mods I have?
It's the second box with the check boxes and stuff that you own.
Okay, see, it's not in. I mean, there it is installed.
All right. I'll take the map down and we'll take it out.
Well, I mean, it's in there, but now it says installed. Right? Update. Huh.
But if that's the one, like, otherwise it's a different mod that I don't know. But what you were saying, it sounded like it was that mod.
I'll show you. Oh, back to the.
Well, I took the map down now.
Oh. Well, I mean, you saw it on stream. I guess you could rewind it.
Bringing it back up. Okay, I'm back in the game.
Yeah, I see that, but still something else.
Well, but I need to know what it is.
Well, that's what I'm looking. Oh,
Go to the
well, it's that lizard colossus harvester. But this looks like a different version. Chris S. That is where that's different.
You know you can click on that and it'll take you directly to the mod. As long as it's
Well,
in the
it
mod.
won't. Yeah. Oh, this is a different version or a different this hash. That means something. Tell you what. Let's just do this. Install it. And
Well, I'll just take it out.
Well, hang on. Let's see if this does it because I wonder if something.
I already am out of the game again. We can try. Yeah, I can try it again, I guess. But yeah, there's not another one of those packs, and I just updated mine. Oh, you know what? I'm there might be one other thing I need to do.
Okay, that's fine.
So
well, I want this in because you probably use it other time. I don't know. I reinstalled it.
Yeah, I think maybe what's happening is I updated it and then I didn't close down my farm sim. So it didn't reset things.
Thing is,
So
though,
now you have the updated one, and then I don't have it.
well, yeah, because I was looking at this, the numbers underneath the version are different in yours versus mine. That's what's hosing it. Okay. Either you update yours or
I did.
okay.
I'm trying to get I
Well,
quit the map
the good thing is nobody's really watching. Doesn't matter. I don't know. We haven't done on Saturday nights.
No.
I don't know who. Fridays have been pretty deep for me. Pretty decent.
Yeah. It's just I haven't been able to do Fridays for the last 3 weeks.
And same with me. Like last night, I went up, had to. Well, the modem needed reset, so I drove up and back to Fraser. I literally went in, reset the modem, and I had to reset a couple of sensors. Get them back online. But it was like 15 minutes. I got back in the car, up and over the pass and everything. 15 minutes and just came back home. And it was
Okay, now try it.
starting to blizzard pretty good up there. There was by the end of the weekend they're supposed to have 15 or 18 inches up there. Okay, yep, we're good. Go now.
My dog outside? I think so.
Load. I hate how it gets stuck at like
Well,
20%, and then after that, once it gets going, then it's going.
it was waiting on me to accept too,
Oh, okay. Well,
and
normally,
I got up to go let the dog back in
well,
because I didn't.
even yeah, but even single player game, it sits there at like 20% for a bit.
Probably because you need to update the map.
Maybe. Well, no, even on my single player stuff, it seems to like it's not a long time, but it seems like it's not just a continual load.
Yeah, but No Man's Land has had several updates. Although you would have had to update it in order to play around when I
Yeah.
stream, so that should have been updated, but
Well, in this first gaming session in my new chair, so we'll see how this how I
yeah.
comfortable. I mean, it's comfortable. Just the lumbar support. The other chair had, but then I wasn't ever sitting in it for long periods of time. Why I never really like the chair I replaced. Bought at Office Max, and I want to say it was like $40 or something. That kind of tells you about how I might have to turn environment sounds. We'll see. My side, because I turned them up for Tucker's.
Oh,
Well, so I could hear in some. Actually, you know
yeah.
what? I better and like the locusts. Actually, I'm gonna hop in some. Oh shoot! Do I need to join the farm?
Yep.
Probably yes. Under.
This is a new
That's
farm.
right. It's a new. Okay. All
Oh,
right.
I don't have
There we go. No wonder.
set.
Okay. Okay.
Good
Looks like
thing I
sound.
was
Okay,
only
I
planning
must
on
not
doing
turn
this.
sound effects up too. I don't need blowing everybody. We're good. Okay. Well, guess what the heck are we doing?
I'm harvesting a field over here.
Okay.
That's a that's a cow mixer. I need to. If we actually do more on this farm, I need to go through the equipment.
Let's see. If I could bring the semi.
Well, there should be a grain cart.
Is there? Okay, I gotta find it.
There
There's
should be.
there's a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna set this to Derek mode and then come over and see what's all there. Oh, don't go that way. Get AI.
Let's see.
Don't go that way. I don't want you to go that way.
There's some wagons here.
Let me look when I get there. maybe there isn't one.
No, there's just some wagons, which is fine, I guess. Like a curse island. Hang on, I'll hook up.
See, where all these are parked, there's actually supposed to be some barns and stuff. It's really nice looking, but I didn't do any pre-setup on this one, so
Okay. I guess. Find out where. Are you in? Oh, you're 17 somewhere, right?
I don't know what field I'm in. I'm in
Okay.
the field.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Um,
Your little
yep,
arrow. I gotta.
yep.
There, I see. Or you don't have, do you have crop damage on or not?
No, I took it off. I did have it on, but I took it off.
Well, I was just gonna drive through. I'll go.
Yeah, you can.
I'll go. Oh, probably not full yet. I'll go follow your.
Yeah, I'm barely full. I'm like at 7%.
Oh.
But you went the long way around, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I see where I know where you're at. I'm just trying to do it more realistic.
Yeah. Well, in this one, that's one of the things I love about this map is the fields are all curvy.
Yeah, which is a
So
little bit more like our stuff. It is. I mean, of course, up there, like older Jerry, you know, they have the nice square, more or less nice square. Yeah, like
yeah.
where we grew up, our square fields were always nice and square.
Well, it's more of you have to sit here and I don't know, follow the contours. Always kind of like that. This is one of my favorite one of one of the favorite maps from 19 that they brought over. I wish they'd bring over Lone Oak, but I haven't seen it yet.
Well, and you know, unlike, well, I mean, I shouldn't say the Nebraska map was bad, given where it's supposed to be. There was just a little too many hills, but this definitely feels like New England a little bit. Just I've only
Yeah.
kind of been there once and flown over, but what it looked like, you know, and it would be really weird. Uh, yeah, curvy into the side kind.
Yeah, well, and the guy that made this map, that's what he's really good at getting the getting the details in there. And he is the one that made the Lone Oak map if I remember right. Um, but yeah, for some reason he either thought maybe too many people played it because it went crazy in 19. Everybody loved it. So either he thought it needed a break or he didn't think anybody'd be interested. I don't.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like going back to the Nebraska map, you know, I appreciated the detail that was in it. It's just some of the background that, you know, there was too many trees. I guess that's one thing. There was
Yeah.
too many trees. That's what made it kind of took you out of the. I like the town, the little bit the way the hills rolled and stuff was good, but it was the I guess the thing I didn't like, or that kind of broke the illusion, maybe what I'm looking for, was all the trees around the fields. You know, they're just almost nowhere in Nebraska is it like that. You know, I guess. And that's why
Yeah.
this feels like more authentic because again, I've never been to Pennsylvania, but I've been in Connecticut, Maryland, around the, you know, and it's you know, it's just dense trees everywhere. Again, fields are all weird because it's got to follow the topography.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, the combine you're doing is actually using is probably technically would be too big in a way. Sometimes, you know, there is can be too big for certain feet. Who else is watching? There's always, I mean, I know you got a stream, but is a second person
No, I don't.
watching? Well, mine, but you're watching,
Oh.
or you were.
Oh, yeah. No, I am.
But there's always
You're
another
on my.
viewer on top of you. I don't know. They don't always say anything, so I don't know if it's like a bot or. How full are you, out of curiosity? Okay.
17%.
Oh, okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring semi near. Oh, actually, I could notice you have one with a dolly on them. They could pull doubles. Didn't know that was illegal. That was legal in.
I didn't know that was legal in any of the states.
Well, it is in Wyoming. Used to be in Nebraska, but then they that back because you know you used to see pups going down I-80. Well, it used to be legal in Colorado, or maybe it was Colorado
Well,
and
but
wasn't legal in Nebraska.
you see FedEx haul 2 trailers, but man, I always hated passing them because those guys were, I don't know, they were about as bad as Swift drivers. I mean, they were just all over the road.
Well, that's the thing. Pups kind of you don't tow the pups. The pups tow you kind of thing. I mean, and that's partly why, but
I'm surprised this is taking as much in as it is. I'm
good yield.
surprised it's not full yet.
Must not be making very.
And I'm wondering. Yeah, this was one of the maps I wanted you guys to play, and then there's another one called Stone Valley, and it's very much like out here. You get the Midwest feel from it.
Interesting.
It's I don't think it's like designed after any place in particular, but um it's got a very Midwest feel to it. But we've been wanting to do No Man's Land, so I haven't
Yeah,
been pushing doing anything else. And the other thing I figure is I don't know if you guys will upgrade when the new farm sim gets out, or if you're just gonna be like, oh, this was good enough, and that's fine. But there's plenty of maps to keep going on, so
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what it is, how it, you know, um,
And I figure out of anybody, well, I guess, I mean, you'd maybe be more likely to update, but then again, like, Derek also depends more on if his son wants it or not, you know?
yeah. Well, that's the thing. I would probably update if it seemed like there was something really really compelling. I guess I'd probably wait a little
You know,
bit.
like maybe another Nebraska map with some cool mods or something.
Yeah, right. Or yeah, or Kansas, or somewhere more like our. But I mean,
You know, you know what? So I've seen in the last both of the farm sims, I've seen Nebraska maps, different Nebraska maps. I've seen different Missouri maps. I've seen different Iowa maps. I don't ever recall seeing a Kansas map. I've seen an Oklahoma map. I saw one in 19.
uh,
I've seen
well, see,
Texas
that's kind of the
maps.
thing. I kind of wondered. It's like,
There's even been Wyoming maps, but I don't recall there ever being a Kansas map. And
I mean,
maybe there is in a third party mod that I just don't know about, but
well, I mean, maybe it's just cut. I mean, I'm just guessing because Kansas would be kind of really boring. I mean, maybe we're
yeah,
biased, I
but some
guess.
people would say that about Nebraska too.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe I'm biased. Oh, that's right. You know what? I just realized I can't unload. Is there not a grain cart with an actual grain cart on this?
No, we'll have to get a bin and you can dump it in the bin.
Okay. Well, I did haul the semi over, but I was like, wait, I can't. I just realized I can't
Yeah,
unload in that.
we just need a green bin. There's plenty of space over there. That's what one of the things I was looking at to see.
Well, that's what I was just. That's some of the stuff I don't recognize. That's like grass pick, snowplow. What is it gonna? Well, I guess it is
Okay,
about
you
getting
should
there.
be able
Okay.
you should be able to buy a green bin now. Just go ahead and buy one.
Uh,
And now we own all the fields. Just place it wherever you think would work. You can buy whatever you want. We've got the million bushel one in here too that probably won't match the
I gotta.
farm at all. You gotta go, it's all the way at the bottom.
That's.
Well,
Oh, that's right.
you'll probably want to catch Casual's Christmas stream because we were messing around today with CB instead of using Discord, using the in-game and using CBs.
Oh, okay. Side.
It was quite a bit different.
Okay. Oh, how much money we got? $1 million.
Yep.
Let's see.
I can add more if we need it. This is just more of
Oh,
a
wait a
play
minute.
around farm. It's not
Yeah.
I'm not worried about
Well, that's right.
them.
Forget. How do you spin the object? I having trouble with that with Tucker, and I know, but I.
Um
Oh, wait a minute.
it's one of the joysticks, I think.
Yeah, I know, and that thing I was.
It's the right joystick, I think.
That. Oh, there it is. Shoulder button. I knew it was.
You have to be
Okay.
careful
Right.
of too close to something.
There we go. Okay. There. Uh, you know, being on a map with like town and traffic and people, he's having fun driving through town, and of course he's had to make his junkyard, and then like I said, I'll have to get it up on stream. You'll see he hasn't totally ruined it, but I told him don't put him in the fields in case I want to actually. Well, like one field is ready to do, so it's like, well, do you want to? Do you want to? You know, cut some wheat and stuff, and he's like, no, but I want. It's like a small field, so it's like it would take like 5 minutes, 5 in-game minutes to do it,
Yeah.
or what, real time.
Were you guys are you guys watching tomorrow, or
Um.
do you think?
Uh. Maybe. It'll maybe we they actually slept in, and I guess I can't say for sure. See what they
Well, because I was trying to decide if I did Minecraft, and then which I can do Minecraft still, but the other thing is like the map that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show him something, and I need to know when he's in.
just do farm sim because I'm gonna be putting up decorations and stuff, so I'm gonna probably want to get started on that, and
No,
they're
I did that last week.
yeah, well, yeah, well we have
Yeah. Yeah, I had mom help me with the Christmas tree inside, but it was kind of chilly outside, or at least it was when and then I come back from taking her, and I was like, all of a sudden got a wild hair and just went out and did the outside. And then that's where I was sitting there, like thinking, like, you know, maybe next year I could add to it.
yeah. Well, I gotta go up on the second story, and I gotta clean the bunch of wind and stuff, and pine needles and letters that were clean
Yeah.
them out.
Well, and see, that's another thing. I was like, I I can play Farm Sim on the TV, but I can't obviously can't stream it. But I'm like, I'm also like kind of stuck because the next map I do want on the computer. I want to keep it on the computer. I want to start it on the computer and keep it on the computer. And so I can't start it, and then it's like, well, I don't really have another map to really do at the moment, and I'm like, I thought about, well, that map that I was playing the last couple weeks, I could do that one, and I was just like, but I wasn't in the mood to switch it over to the computer, so then it's like kind of just stuck at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah, that was.
Well, I was trying to get this little dog leg
Oh,
out of
okay.
here. You need to be, yeah, there, a little bit more to the left. Anyway, so I'm kind of like stuck because I'm to a point where I need the PC to be running it for stream, and so I can keep the maps on there. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't want to start the next map.
I wonder if you can find where all the config files are and just copy those over. And you could just start your map.
I am told I can.
I haven't even looked into it, but I mean it's got to be possible.
Woody said that he had to do the same thing, and he said he did something like he used his wife's laptop to switch him over to the new PC. But I'm just like, I'm to a point where it's like, I've already got him. I got everything where I wanted anyways, or wanted and
Well,
needed,
you
and
just have to copy them to a USB drive, and then they just got
yeah,
to be in the right directory. I just don't know
yeah,
what that is. I mean, I know
yeah.
know it exists. Just have to.
Well, but I've already got everything that I wanted. It's just I'm kind of stuck in limbo on maps at the moment. I mean, I could play it on the laptop, and
Well, that's what I mean. Is
but
like take the config files from the laptop, put them to the desktop.
I know what you're saying.
But I don't know.
I could
Maybe
I
it's
could
more
maybe
hassle
even
than it's worth. But that's why I guess what I'm trying to get at
I could
is,
maybe even do OneDrive.
yeah, they should be small enough. That yeah, I don't know if it's talking about if it's just one file or it's many or whatever.
I think all you have to do is move your game save over, because
Well,
um
that's what I'm saying. Which would be like in the old days, just a config file.
yeah.
But it'd be
I think it's
little
got
more
to
little
I
more
think it's a
complicated
save
than.
I think it's a save game in a certain spot, because um there's people that will you have 15 slots that you can put the game into, or put maps into, and you can take the maps out, and if as long as you don't delete that file, you can always upload the map again and
Yeah.
get into that game save, and it'll still play unless it's been updated or corrupted or something. But no, I mean, I'm fine. It's just the
I guess it's just kind of uncharted territory.
well, I'm trying to get everything switched over, and I'm just running into things that I need to get switched or troubleshoot, and is all. I'm just running into problems that I wasn't anticipating, and I gotta figure out how to fix them, and they're all hardware issues. The software stuff I've got handled It's just all the hardware issues, and I had no way to know them, and
Yeah.
I had no way that I know that they were going to be issues, and then like Swanee said, he doesn't know what it takes to stream.
Well, because there's a lot. Well, like I said, I mean, you do it different than I do it, but we
Yeah.
get the same outcome. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
There's different ways to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. And some of it comes to what do you want to spend on. You need, again, pricey microphone, with and an arm, and desk, like you see the typical gamer setup, do more like what you're doing, just headphone. And like I said, your mic sounds fine. Some of them sound like literal garbage.
Yeah, but I spent a little bit more on this
Well,
mic,
that's what I mean.
and
But I mean, you didn't have to, and it would still work. It's just yours sounds probably somewhat as good as mine. I don't know. It sounds. I can't tell that it's not a. I can't tell that it's a headset. I guess that's the.
yeah.
And my microphone is not like some super thing. Well, and I've noticed it. It doesn't have the low end or bass response, like typical, podcaster kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
When we get to the more straight spot.
Um, I will. I'll. It's on my list of things I will eventually want to get, but I do want to get a webcam, but not for streaming my face. Cause man, if I did that, I'd have to like when I wake up in the morning, I'd have to get up and go shower and shave, and plus
Uh,
on top of that, I'm sitting in a freaking recliner. It's like, so you just want to see me sitting here in a
well,
recliner, you know?
what's
I mean,
funny is there's this. Well, I mean, he's not even really that big, but he's big in the right to repair space. Louis Rossman, you've probably seen clips of him, but anyway, he's a right to repair kind of proponent guy. Anyway,
yeah,
he literally, I mean, sometimes he sits at his like computer desk. I mean, he has a regular business. He's not a streamer, but he makes YouTube videos related around right to repair, and he but when he's just making these videos about, okay, this happened today, YouTube and ad blockers or whatever, uh he's sitting, he's literally with an arm out, and he's sitting with, he's doing it like I used to do, sitting in a recliner with his keyboard on there, but on his lap, and his mouse on the armrest. So I mean, no, there people do that, but see, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't have to do that or anything either. I mean,
well,
but I mean, it's up to you.
so
It's like there. I mean, about all I do, you know, unless I've been like sweaty and hair just completely messed up. I just comb it so it looks half decent. Because I mean, when we do this, I'm just this little tiny thing down in the corners,
yeah.
and I wouldn't have to. I mean, I guess the only reason I do face cam is just kind of some people who watch or follow. It makes it a little more personable, maybe. I don't know. It's just
Um,
different.
but part of one of the things I thought about was like maybe I should put the camera pointed at the fish tank so you can watch the live
Well,
fish.
yeah, and you could have that down in the corner. Yeah, the fish cam or whatever.
Or you know what would be,
Yeah, that'd be
maybe I
good.
could do it where I could just leave it like when I'm off at work, it's just the streams running with the fish, and you
Well,
can just watch
see, and
the fish.
actually, that wouldn't be the silliest thing in the world, because, you know, like, especially like YouTube, it's that retention and watch time. Well, some people would probably hop in there and stuff. Um, but
But
even
then the other
Twitch
thing
too.
the thing I really kind of want to do, just because I have it in have them and stuff here, is doing stuff like maybe like a live stream with building Legos or doing puzzles or something.
Well, yes,
And
there's tons of other
and
reasons to do. I mean,
that's kind of
honestly,
what I was leaning more towards. But I was like, then I thought about it. It's like, yeah, I could do that with the fish.
yeah, just have it going because, well, that's the thing is people would be going in and out all day, and that would only help, just the retention or watch time sometimes, or the algorithm, I guess I should.
Yeah.
Because people would start, you'd get followers purely for that. I mean, yeah, they wouldn't come into a stream like this necessarily, but you know,
No, but you set it like you set it like the schedule that I have, where it's like on my weekdays or whatever, you can watch the fish, and then on the
yep,
weekends is when I stream.
yep. Well, and the thing, what you should do is you'd figure out, get some royalty, find some fish type, fish appropriate royalty free music or a stream and have that on there too. So it's, I mean, the music I'm thinking of that's in my head when I'm picturing what this stream looks like is the underwater stages in Donkey Kong Country. I mean, you couldn't use that because it would. Well, I guess you could on like Twitch because I mean, would they really do something? But it would be copyrighted. You might get some technical technically trouble in with that stuff. But if you found, you know, that's just on a even it's just a track, it, or put a couple of tracks together just in some free editor program, you just hook them. You're not really editing; you're just putting files together and just make a loop. You know,
Yeah.
10 minute or find a 10 minute loop, or like on YouTube, find a royalty free 10 hour 10 hours of kind of like the 10 hours of lo-fi beats to study to, or something.
Yeah, well, and
You know what
the
I'm
other thing is, like, if it's on Twitch, then as long as it's royalty free, like, and unless something really really weird happened, they only the live or those videos only stay up for 2 weeks. So
yeah.
if the
I
catalog ever got bought out, then
yeah. Well,
I
the
would probably never have to worry
I
about it.
mean, the funny part would be is maybe to just begin would maybe use like the Donkey Kong Country, just because that would be the that would be like the the perfect the perfect music for that. But if you could find something that's royalty free that's similar.
Yeah.
And like who knows, I mean, you got Spotify or something, there might be some royalty free streams channels on there or something. iHeart,
Well,
well, probably not on iHeart.
I used to follow some people that made royalty free stuff on Twitch. I think I still follow them, but I don't know, because I think they stream on weekdays and I'm not able to watch. But
Well,
yeah, I
that's
thought
that's
about
a
doing
thing.
something like that,
The fish
but
cam, and have each. You'd have to remember to do it, but it'd be like each day it would still be a fish cam, but you could have different fish cam angles for each for a day of the week or whatever.
yeah,
So like one's head on, like okay, but they like to hide over here behind this thingy. So have it so it's kind of looking at that, so you can out or whatever thing, whatever.
Well, my African tank has a lot of different places for him to hide, so and it's a very active tank, so it'd be fun to watch all the pretty little colors swim by.
Just have to tag it real good, and yeah, I guarantee you some people would, you
Oh,
know.
I know. I actually have a channel I follow that's nothing but police chases. And the only reason I follow it is because if you want something just on TV, but you don't really care what the content is, it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Well, I
So
mean,
I, so that would be the same thing as like something to just turn on.
yeah. Well, that's the thing is it could be, yeah, and then you could just put like your name or stream, channel, whatever name, like, and then maybe like, okay, that, yeah, if you're gonna mix up the tanks sometimes, uh, oh, this is the Africa one, this is or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe even, like I always have my rolling thing here. You could do something like that and basically list all the fish that are in there. It
I couldn't do. I can name some of them, but I can't name them all.
Well, you could put what you know. I mean, or okay, forget like the real names of the fish. Just put but like the color or describe each fish, and then like make up and name them like like if you're what their names, and then you could have like find Pinky or whatever your name. You know what I mean? There's something like that.
What I should do, it'd take me a little bit to figure it out. Um, People have got this game of roulette, and so then something like that, what they do is when they're in there watching, they also do that, and so they'll go into a channel and they'll kind of watch, but they'll also be sitting there playing around with
Yeah.
that.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, then you could hop in on your lunch if somebody was watching. You could make a make a game sort of it, or well, that's the thing then that would be like, okay, get put like a of course it'd have to be fish safe or um sign or something like buried treasure like that, or whatever. On some stream, keep it fresh so it's not the same thing, like sometimes
Yeah.
it would be in there, or like, I mean, it's cliche, but I guess um uh you know pirate's chest or whatever.
Well, that I could do that. I
Well, see, the thing is, you
have
could have
enough
it
decor. I
closed
could
one
always
one day and then be like, tune in tomorrow to see what's in the chest, or something. Then you open it up and there's a whatever plastic coin. Like I said, a some trinket, something to get people back.
yeah. The only problem would be if something ever derailed, like say it derailed at like 9 o'clock in the morning, I'd have no way to.
Well, it's not like it's gonna screw up. I mean, the worst what's gonna happen is like if your internet went down and then the stream just goes.
Yeah.
But whoop de do.
Well, I guess it also depends on how I mount the cameras and whatnot,
Oh
but
well, I mean, I guess you have to make sure the dog won't tip them over. But I guess
yeah.
that's
Stuck. Do you want to? There's a.
But,
I mean, we own all the fields now. Do you want to do silage, or do you want to let this grow in the corn?
okay, where are we?
Right next to where
Yeah, I'm
we
looking
just.
here. Let's. Guess we could do. Are the animals over here ours too? On the other side of this?
Yep,
Okay.
the cows.
Well, let's
The
see.
cows
We'd
are.
have to. We'd have to buy. Put something to put the silage up in.
There is some more fields to harvest if you want to keep
Let's
harvesting,
just
or we
keep
don't have to
harvesting
do that
then
either.
for now. Again, this is just kind of a screw around map anyway.
You'll probably want to. Yeah, you'll probably want to follow me then.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So you know where you're going.
Yes. I gotta go.
And if you want to, we can run the truck.
You know
I
what?
would have thought that it give
Let's
me.
actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the auger wagons. No, that's the loader
No, I
wagon.
didn't see it unless I missed it. Or well, you know what?
You know
I'll
what?
draw.
You
We'll
know
run
what?
the semi.
No. Yeah, but hold on. Let me. I can fix this real quick. This can be fixed. Like real quick. Especially since I'm not streaming. Um.
Hang on, I gotta check on
This may
my
not be the right tractor to haul this with. You may want to switch out to one of the bigger ones. But this will get us there. You now have an auger wagon. You'll want to follow me up with one of them, and then you
later. But my muzzle got clogged. Okay, I'm ready. I'll mess with that later. Well, I just wasted it quarter of a spool of material because what happened? It got or the nozzle got like clogged for some reason. I mean, this is a filament I've never tried before, and it has wood fiber impregnated.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it before.
So it should just pretty much
The field's right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just needed someplace to park the trailer. If you want a combine, you can combine. I'll do the green carting or something.
Yeah, that's all right.
Since I did
I was
the
gonna
last
put the
deal.
truck over here and wait, kind of pull and back here and wait. Fibers. Up. Darn it! It was. Turn it over. What I'm printing is gonna be a Christmas present for somebody, but darn. I mean, it looks really good. I really, yeah. I just
Speaking of printing and stuff like that, Derek was asking me about making him a logo, designing him a logo, and we were just joking about it things, and I was like, if I designed the logo, I'm like, I bet we could get you have you print one, depending on. But he never got back to me on what he
well,
wanted.
yes. And I tell
I
you what,
told him,
you know what? Actually, you want some wall art or something in that? Design something like a logo. All you got to do is just make it, a few or however many millimeters thick. I mean, it could be whatever. I mean, it would be best to make it relatively thick, like no. I mean, you could make it thin, but I mean, I'd say for rigidity, you'd want to make it like no thinner than like 5 millimeters or something like that.
Yeah.
But work it up in whatever CAD, SolidWorks, whatever. But all you'd have to do is export in. Well, I could work with it in each OBJ or STL. What is the common file type that you work in? Do you know?
Well, I'm on Inventor now, and I think theirs is IAM, but
Okay, can you
the
export in
most
different?
common model, yeah, the most common model type is actually STP.
Okay, well I can work. Well, actually, let me see. I know STL and OBJ. Which
I think
like
STL is just a different form of STP.
it
I think it's
probably is. Um, Let me look. I mean, like I said, I'm using Tinkercad. I'm gonna when I can um when I can have some time, I might learn Fusion 360 because it seems like you got a lot of option, like more options.
yeah.
But
Well, so anyways,
okay,
I was like, well,
okay. As far as which I don't need to import it into Tinkercad, but it supports for importation STL, OBJ, and SVG. And the only reason I say that is so then if I wanted to modify it, work with it myself. What we can do, yeah. But let me see what my slicer supports, which I know supports a lot. I gotta open the program because there I can scale it. STL, OBJs, AMF, and EMF is what it looks like it does. Oh, well, an SVG. That's what you were using, right?
no, STP.
Oh, STP. Okay. Well, those are well. If you have the option, STL is the most common for this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
this kind of work. But whatever, it would be a way to um yeah, if you wanted to make like a wall art or a keychain or a wall hanger thing. Get how many in it? Tape measure real quick, but it can't unless you break it up and then you make it a way to so we can hook it together to make a larger thing. I'm gonna say my bed or my maximum. I want to say it's like two. Pretty common center size. I'd have to look. It could probably be no bigger than like 6 inches by 6 inches, something like maybe a little. Okay, let's see. I was not paying attention.
Yeah, but you can stay where you're at. I gotta come that way. I'm almost done, and I've got to come that way to get the header trailer,
Yeah.
and then we'll move on. I can dump what I have, and we'll move on to the next field. It's just around the corner. Well, anyways, I was teasing him. I was like, well, if I design something, I'm like, I was thinking more like, a car emblem or like the old when we got the Type R's for my cars,
Right.
something like that. I'm like, you could print something small, like he could put an emblem on his vehicle, but I was also I was being serious, but I was also kind of being silly about it
Yeah.
too, but he never got back to me on what he wants. And I'm like, and then he's
Well,
like, "Well,
but
how
but
long would
but
that
let's.
take you?" And I said, well, I said, "Well, dude, I'm like, I've been working 3 years on my shirt, and I'm still haven't gotten anywhere on it." And he's like, "Well, how much would it cost me to get you to put a priority
What?
on
Well,
this?"
I mean, if he wants a logo, he can go. Go to. He can log on to Fiverr, and for $5, somebody will design something. To his.
Yeah,
I don't know what quality. Um. Oh, hey.
they
Hey,
they do
Michael.
good.
I. Oh, you're over on YouTube. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry. We paying attention to the chat. Um. Okay. Uh, let's see. Are you gonna be following this road? So do I need to get out of the way, or where are we going next?
I can go around you.
Okay.
You're good.
All right. Don't forget the super chat. If you want to donate $1, just to say hello, or you can join as a channel member. Exclusive perks. So welcome in.
I'm fighting with the tongue right now.
Do that.
I got it. Well, anyways, I was like telling him, well, I've got my shirt. I've going on 3 years now. I've got my bowling league or my bowling team wanted me to make a logo for them. I'm like, and then there was something else it seemed like, and I'm I'm like and then he was like, well, can't you design something faster than 3 years? What would it take for me to
Well, I
get you
mean,
to do that? Well, he never.
you're not really a graphic designer, though. That's what he
Well,
wants.
that's the other thing, and I was like, but
You're an engineer.
I'm like, what do you,
Does he
what do
know
you
what he
want
wants? I
even?
mean, that's the thing. I
That's
mean,
the that's the other thing is like I don't know if he knows what he wants, and I told him one night, um, I finally texted him. I'm like, hey man, it's been like 2-3 months since the last talk to you. I don't care if it's in stream or if you just want to call or like just we need to talk sometime just to talk. And I'm like, don't have anything to necessarily like earth shattering that I need to share or anything, but I'm like, we just haven't talked in a long time. You need to.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. I miss him on stream because it's kind of it's fun. He has some interesting stories, and then we can talk about the old days and
I think
stuff.
I think a lot of it is he's just busy right
Oh
now.
yeah.
He's
I
just
mean,
got really
well,
busy this fall.
it yeah. It's kind of like I had some things going, and it's like I could have. There was a few times, I missed sort of our, I guess you call it, regular streams, and it was just because it's like I was just kind of not in the right mood to do it.
Yeah.
Um, but then because we
Well,
skipped it, I was kind of missing it. So,
yeah.
you know,
Well, and that's what I knew when I was going to the hockey game last night. Like, well, that's the third week in a row, but I'm like, I've already skipped like 2 of these hockey games with my buddy, and I'm like, didn't really want to skip another one, and I'm just like, well, we'll have to just push this off one more week. And another problem is like if we do this on time next week, the week after is my Christmas party, and they're doing it on a Friday night. So there again, I won't be able to stream. But it's also that time of the year too.
Well, yeah, and I mean, like tonight, I think he had folks in, and that's understandable too. I mean, I get it. Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while either. Well, because we were doing it on stream, we generally, I hadn't called him or he hadn't called me because, well, we'd get to talk
Yeah,
on stream. Stream, so,
yeah.
um,
Well, the same. And there's been nights like there was. I don't do it very often, but there's been nights where he'll be like, "Hey, you want to talk and you want to farm?" So I've started this map or started the map. Um, this was way back when we were doing Nebraska. I would start the map and have Discord open, but I wouldn't stream it, and we'd just sit there
yeah,
and talk while I farmed. But well, and then so another funny thing happened this week. We have this new marketing gal, and she wants a few things cut out of metal on the laser machine, um, for her grandpa for his birth or for Christmas. But she doesn't want to spend. She wants to spend the minimal amount of money as she possibly can. So she thought the best idea for the engineering side of it or the designing side of it would be to pay with beer. And
oh,
so she came back and she asked us, there's four of us, asked us if any of us would be interested in doing this. And um the designer that's been there the longest, he is like, she waits till she leaves and he's like, well, I don't really want to. And he's like, would one of you two newer guys be willing to do it? And he goes, she's willing to pay in beer. And I'm like, I won't do it for beer, but if she buys me a bottle of whiskey, I'll do it.
yeah. Well, that's the thing.
And
Yeah, beer's not a
and he
motivator
goes
for
and he
us.
goes he goes, well, go tell her that. I bet she would. And well, I was like, I knew, because he said she wasn't going to get the information to us till Friday, and I knew I had plenty of time before to see her, to run into her in the hallway and tell her and whatnot. And so, well, she ended up actually coming into our office area, and he told her, he's like, well, he said he would do it. And I turned around and I said, yeah, I said, but I won't do beer. You have to buy me liquor. And she goes, oh, well, what kind of liquor? And I said, Jack. And she goes, oh, I can do that. It's really what she wants isn't really hard. I just have to trace it. But the thing is, I can't do it on company time, so I've got to like do it over my lunch hour or
Yeah.
something. But she was supposed to have it to me Friday, and she didn't. And I'm like, God, I hope this isn't one of those things where she's like, she wants it done, and then she waits until the last minute, and then it's like, well, why can't you get it done? Well,
Yeah, that's
takes longer than takes longer than what you gave me to do it.
but actually you got me, I have this 3D printer, but I should make some like a well, I don't really have a concise logo. I mean, I have a logo, but I guess I could do my junk adventures in something. I'd have to split it apart if I wanted to do different colors and that's the thing. It's easiest if you just make it to be one all color. Otherwise, you gotta because my printer, or at least maybe I don't know how to in what's called the G code, which is all the code that tells it what to do. Um, a stop print, see, so it stops and then change out the filament or whatever. I don't know how to do
Mm-hmm.
that. See, I have to unload and load filament manually. That's why if something's gonna be multicolored, it'd be best to print in two parts and then you just like glue it together or make it
Yeah,
snap.
yeah,
Design it so it snaps together.
yeah. Well, then I found out like a week or so ago, because I was making a sign for a paying customer, that they actually have some stock gulp um CAD drawings that
Okay.
they use that could be pulled in for signs and everything. And it's like, well, I was a little sketchy about like if I should do something at work or not. I didn't know how they feel about it, even if I did it over my lunch hour. But now after hearing what this girl's doing and that they're okay with it, I'm like, okay, well then, um, the front of my shirt design is pretty much done. I've got to spend another 5 minutes finishing up the one side, but it shouldn't be too bad now that I know what I'm doing. And then I got two more images I got to get finished. One of them's my logo that I have in mind, and having these stock skull photos or skull CAD drawings will make that easier. And having the CAD system will make the whole thing easier because um I have an idea to make something that looks like, my skull crushing. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind
Well,
of actually
I
make a
tell you what,
logo
if
for
you
it.
figure out something that you could design so it's kind of a flat, make whatever thickness you want, but if you made something in two parts, or well, it could be single part, but but actually the way, yeah, two part, actually, I got an idea. So whatever it is, your logo be like flat, and then of course I could do the design there, but then a flat plate with some stanchions, it stands up, and then could put like make an LED sign around it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, have to kind of, like, I could do the more simpler thing, part of it, the base.
Well, that's actually something I would be interested in, is an LED sign with my logo on it. If I were to ever be on camera, that would be what I'd want to do
You just have it just
or
to
have.
look out in your house just yourself, I guess. I mean,
Yeah. Well, that
I
too,
mean,
but I'd also
well,
kind of
I
want
tell
it
you what,
for
I
the
was at
stream.
we were we had to go to Home Depot, and Big Lots is kind of right next there, so we ran in there just to see, and actually found a couple of things we needed, and then Christmas type thing. But they had some cheap, well, cheap, relatively speaking. You can get this stuff cheaper on Amazon, and so that's why I didn't buy it. But there was some LED light strips, and just like a
Uh-huh.
regular like LED like backlight, like how you see like YouTubers have the blue or the purple or the
Yep.
pastel colors in the back. That's what these were. They're just like light stand things for ambient light. Um,
Yeah.
and it was, like I said, it was cheap enough that it's like, well, you're here. I didn't get it because it's like there's way more choice and stuff on like eBay, Amazon. Well, you want LED like tape, like light stuff, go to eBay and you can buy that stuff for like pennies on the, or like less than $1 a foot kind of stuff. You can buy like 100-foot
Yeah.
reel for nothing. All comes from China.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what got me the idea. The idea. So, to think about that. I mean, I'm the only one in here. I have my on-air sign. I finally put up. Talked about that, but then it's like, oh well, I um could have a sign. But of course, I have it so it's like cropping out the background. You know, nothing interesting behind me to look at. Kind of. Oh, he like ran into you. Like,
Yep.
I mean, normally they don't run into you. They just, yeah. Behind me, it's like there's some, I don't want to say junk, but just some, well, because we got decorations and stuff out, kind of scattered, but it's like I guess I could kind of have stuff behind me, but when I'm this small, it'd be kind of distracting.
Yeah.
That's why I do what I do. And this cropping me thing is all done. It's a plug-in within OBS. I'm not. It could look a lot better if I use my green screen. Then I'd have to put it up and take it down and all that.
Yeah.
Kind of stinks. I had to start my. I was hoping to get 2 of these things. Cool, because I just bought as the color of filament. It's like it's not something I'd use other than just if I was gonna paint over it. Well, this I wanted this specific color. Oh, okay. I don't know. Must have had a defect, something halfway through, or well, I think what it is the wood fibers started burning in the tip and it clogged the tip. I looked over and the little uh head, the print head, was like a couple of layers above and nothing was coming out. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
if I would have caught it a little earlier, I could have kind of restarted and maybe saved it. That's only, well, that specific problem hasn't happened, but honestly, I've only had, since I've been printing, I've only really had one like actual like failed print. And when I say failed print, like something went wrong with the filament or whatever. I've had prints that are like not as good, but that was less about the printer and the filament and settings that I put in, like temperature settings, and more about my design, was because it was something I designed. It wasn't just like something I downloaded.
Yeah.
It's because my design was kind of garbage. Like I had either too long of an overhang, or I didn't build in supports or let it, something like that. I just, things I didn't know. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it can't build in thin air, kind of thing. I had
Yeah.
a part of the part was like it had to start, and I didn't think it would do that. I was like, oh well, it'll just go out and then go back and go out. It's like, well, no, it went over here, and it's like it's trying to drop where there's nothing in midair. It's like, oh yeah, you can't really, something it can't do. Which I knew it. It's just when you're designing it, I didn't think of that, or wasn't thinking of that. And when I put it in the what's called the slicer, you can kind of preview and see the steps it's going to go through, path it's going to go. And I didn't notice that all of a sudden, when you got to a certain level, then all of a sudden it's going to start over here, which is like in midair, like floating.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still learning. This thing that I'm printing right now, is something I downloaded, and I didn't even modify it, because that's the thing. Usually, I find something that's close to what I want, and then I'll put it in this case Tinkercad, which just is an online thing, really real easy to use, and that's what I it. Has its limitations, of course, but just because it's easy to use, I just dump it in there and then add a shape or whatever I need. I have another program called Mesh Mixer, so you can kind of sculpt things a little bit, but I can't. Not that I can't figure it out. It's just it's a little, either I haven't figured out the tricks, but it seems a little tedious.
Yeah.
Like, and again, it's super easy for you, but you've been doing it 20 something years. But it's like there's little things like, okay, I put these 2 shapes together, and it's a pretty, but I want to put a specific radius. Well, like Tinkercad doesn't have it doesn't have like a tool to just be like, okay, pick this point, and then it's like pick these 2 points, and it's like, okay, draw this radius, or or you can't just well, it's more just free form, I guess. I mean, yes, you can enter things in, but it's I don't know how to explain it. You can't just it's not easy to just pick individual points on a line. I guess that's the best way I
Mm.
can describe it. Because it's not really designed to be. Why? And that's where this Fusion 360 or like this mesh mixer, you can kind of it's like kind of when you're like using the smudge tool in Photoshop. So it's not really for putting radiuses either, but you could kind of, you know, set some parameters and it's like, okay, I want to smudge this much, or I want to. It's like taking your finger and like pushing on a piece of clay. You know, it's like I want to push.
Yeah.
I want to make a ball like this much. You know, or a sphere. You
Yeah.
know, and I just haven't. I just. It takes time to mess. Kind of like designing your T-shirt. You know the software, but it's like, okay, what do I want? You know, what do I
Well, it's
want this to
actually I
look
knew
like?
what I want, but I didn't know how the software worked.
Okay, so it's the other way around. Okay. Well, then
Yeah.
that's kind of where I'm at. It's like I kind of know what I want, but how do I make the software do what I want it to do? Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm having. Uh, so that's why the stuff I've designed have been fairly simplistic things you can make out of cylinders, squares, triangles, and then I
Well, see, that's where I mean, I don't want to say that I screwed up, but that's where where it became it's really hard because I obviously I didn't just go for simple. I just went with what I was thinking, and um, so that's what it's not simplistic, and then
Well, and that's the thing is you can build a lot. I mean, there's more than just those shapes, but I mean, you can build a lot with those. But how I've been
if
getting
you want to, you can
like I
follow
said,
me around.
well, that's what I was gonna do is got a path here. Um, is like how I've tried to get the shapes the or the radiuses is like I'll make a cylinder or a sphere in the radius I want, and then I just have to kind of freeform it with the arrow keys essentially, and put it near the uh, put it near the corner of the object, and just kind of I almost eyeball it. Like there's snapping and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like yeah, I guess and that's probably not and I end up getting mostly what I want. Just it's probably not the most efficient way to do what I'm doing. I mean, let's say you just wanted a just a quarter-inch radius on the side of a square. Like I'd have to take sphere and like put it inside the square, the cube, I should say, and then move it around and try to now you can align it to the sides, so that makes it. But then okay, well, what if the dimensions I put in there don't exactly make it look like a quarter-inch radius? That's what I, you know, just there's probably an easier way to do it. I just don't know. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like you know like and I say Fusion 360 because I might not have a tractor power. Yeah. Oh, I should have got the 4-wheel drive. Well, let's go in. Maybe I'll do that. Go switch. Thought thought I had enough tractor here. Duals and a mechanical. Didn't really want to use the articulated because it's. But I've been reasonably happy with the things I've designed, and printed. It's all been useful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I'm gonna print some molds because Bot Tucker is Elmer's glue makes this like to make little squishy toys, like they call them squish 'em. It's just basically like a silicone rubber type stuff, and you buy their like either like their glitter glue or their colored glue or whatever, and they color the putty or the silicone, and kind of what I want to do now is like make some molds. There's a few like Pac-Man ghosts and Pac-Man himself, make something like that. But then there was a few things like, well, if I could figure out this mesh mixer, I could kind of sculpt my own characters or something like that, and then something like that,
Yeah.
just different things.
Yeah.
There's an auger over here, so they're intending it to dump a pile over. I kind of just.
It might have been. It might have been they had a green bin.
Well, maybe.
It looks more like a green bin.
I saw this other house
up.
over here. I was just kind of looking.
Which
because I'm
I
going
actually,
back to get our bigger
which
tractor.
actually now I have casual found a useful auger that makes it so you can drive up over and it's flat, and it makes it so that it's just a lot easier using the augers. And that was one of the things on Green Valley. Is like I could never get to work, but I'm kind of thinking, especially if I'm gonna do like what I'm doing with 19 right now, which is going back and kind of playing. I'm like, I kind of think maybe I should go grab these maps that like Green Valley, and there was another map or two that I liked, and then like even if I'm not gonna play them right now, just keep them kind of stored.
Yeah.
So that I can go back and play them, in a couple of years.
This track should have a little bit
Because
more power.
that's actually when I just want to, when I've been able to play or just want to play at night, that's what I've been doing. Is I've actually been going back to 19 and playing on 19, not 22, because like the thing with 19 is like I'm not streaming it, so it doesn't really matter what I'm doing on the farm. I'm not screwing up a map or anything that I'm streaming or haven't streamed yet, or so I've been kind of screwing around like that. It's like the thing about that, and that's the sucky part about 22, or what I did with 22. The 19 I have on Steam, and I can play it on the laptop or on the computer, because of the Steam account, and it's all cloud saved. So what I do on the laptop, I can pull up on the PC, and I can't do that with 22 because I bought it from Giants themselves.
Well, and see, I bought it from Giants as well, but not that I'm gonna do kind of doesn't matter to
Well,
me.
and the other thing I found out too is supposedly off of Steam, things download from Steam faster than they download from Giants.
Well, yeah, Steam has
I
better
don't.
servers.
Well, that and I kind of wonder if, like, Steam is probably has U.S. servers where Giants has German
Yeah, that's
servers.
part of it. But honestly, it's more Steam has more servers to choose from. Giants is probably just one. They're buying from Amazon.
Oh.
Or buying, renting, whatever, to host their files and stuff.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it that way next version. I actually even thought about going back. I was looking it up because Casual and I were talking about it. I thought about going back and buying the old versions that they used to play, and I'd have to do a little bit of research because I don't know if PCs, if they still have the mod hub up, um, or not if I got them. Because it would be cool if they did, but I could also see like, oh, that game's old. We're not going to keep the servers anymore.
Yeah, and
We're going to
that's the
dedicate
thing
them
is
to
in
other
well,
games.
I mean that's just the thing with games like these. I mean, if you have the files like this, but you know, if you always keep the files around, it's like okay, yeah, you can always boot it up, but eventually, yeah, if you want to get something new, like in the future, I'm talking like 25 years in the future, is this game gonna run? Could you make it run without? There probably is always going to be a community around it, so yes, but you're probably going to have to be digging in a forum or something to
Well, but
make it run in 25 years or something. I mean, that's with a lot of
but
games. I feel.
but that's one of the things that Giants has done that's pretty good is the maps, even if it's from 2013 or 2015 or 2017 or whatever, they bring them over into the new version. So there is those maps. There is a version of them in FS22. It's just the mod maps that you can't get.
Well, that's what I mean.
You know.
It's well, and
So
Giant.
so technically you can. So technically, if you were Craven to say you wanted to go play like the version 2015,
Yeah, but
you
I'm
can
talking
play it
about
in a
other
way.
developers and other games. This might not be a thing that might not, you might in 30 years when this is quote a retro game it you know Giants, it might work, but like some other game maybe not. I mean, even like,
Yeah.
now I'm not into it, but it's like even like versions of like World of Warcraft and stuff, they shut those servers down, so it's like, and those were disc based games, and it's like, oh, because it can't phone home, there's no server up to phone home to. It's like, nope, sorry, can't work. We don't know that you're, the software says I can't phone home, so this must be a pirated copy or something. It's silly
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even though you bought it on disc, I mean, and then now with it all being digital, knows? I mean, it'll always be
Yeah,
playable
but
in some respect, but you won't be able to go back and get the exact experience. It just, I don't think it'll
well,
happen. The
yeah. I mean,
sim games like
it'll
this may
be
be a little different, but like when you're talking about games with multiplayer campaigns or even single player campaigns, but it needs a server to ping to for some reason. I don't know. I don't
Mhm.
know enough about these other games to know it. I just hear this stuff. It's like, you know, this well-known old game now that's, like 15 years old. They're like announcing, "Oh, we're going to shut down something." Everybody's in uproar because like, well, there's a small population that wants to still play this and may want to play this. Well, like, too bad, so sad. We're on the plug because should buy the new thing. I think it's more like with a Blizzard. I mean, Swanee would have an opinion on it. He knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, I suppose the farming simulator ones, like you say, will probably always, for the most part, be playable in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I can say, like,
So you can play the base game maps.
well, that's what I mean. It's, uh, but like maybe a game like Fortnite in 30 something years, you probably won't be able to play classic Fortnite. Like, I don't know, that game's so popular they might just some.
Well, but you say that like
But like
they've
they're gonna have
branched
like
it out like
a new version, but it's like the very first one. It's like, is that gonna play? First iteration or whatever of it.
you say that. I just went through a season with the very original map.
But again, I'm talking
Because
like when
they
it's
needed
30 and 40 years old. Thinking like, I'm streaming my Atari thing, and it's like those are 50-year-old video games.
Yeah.
But again, is PC gaming, is Xbox, PlayStation, I mean, like PlayStation 4, they're just barely still supporting it, but it's like, is some of the games that you buy for those, I mean, some of them are going to work, but are some of these that require a PSN subscription or whatever for authentication or something, is, are they going to work when you fire that thing up in 30 years, or whatever?
I think I think you don't know enough about it because they even still sell a lot of the old games on the new on the
Well, but what I'm
Xbox.
saying is,
Like you
here
can go.
you have a disc that's 30 something years old. Will it play, or is it a download or something that needs to phone home? Is it gonna play? And that's probably more relevant for the PS5 and the current Xbox.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like they're selling retro games
I know, but you already
that
bought
still
it, so why do you
play.
have to buy it again? You know what I'm saying? In 30
But what
years.
I'm saying is you didn't buy it. You like I may not have bought it and I'm buying it now.
What do you mean? Like, you mean through like a like the season, whatever the season. The seasons is like renting. Like, you get access. You're
No,
paying for access, right?
not like not like seasons. Like I can go to the MSN store and buy it, and I didn't own it before, so it's the first time I've ever owned the game.
Okay, well, when you buy it, but then in 30 something years, will you be able to play it? Do you think? I don't know
Well,
the answer to this. That's why I'm asking.
I don't know. I just know that currently I can because it's backwards compatible.
Yeah, but when but where is it? What I'm saying is, where is it stored? I mean, is it on the hard drive? So, and it only lives on the
No,
hard drive?
it's cloud. That's cloud gaming.
Okay, then. Oh, well, then it probably, good chances are it probably won't, because you don't own it if it's in the cloud. I mean, you own a license, but they can revoke that
Yeah.
when they don't want to host it. I guess that's what I'm getting at, is because of the no physical media. But if you have the file, will the file still even? See, I don't know. I question that. But again, are you gonna want to play it? It's just I just the thing is I don't know where you go from here. I'm thinking of like the hardcore people that will like be like, oh, I want to, pop in something from now, 2050s. you know,
Yeah.
can it work? If it requires that phoning home to a server for some reason.
Well,
I want to.
I would think it'd be more like GoldenEye where they had to kind of remake it, sort of, so that the people that wanted to play it could come back in and play it.
Right.
So if it does go away and they can't get the old version to work with the newer stuff they have, then they may recode it so that it can,
Yeah, but they're gonna
if
want to
they
charge
decide
for
that
that.
it's something that they want to.
I mean, I feel like certain games, the community will come out for the patches. I mean, and that's already a thing because either the software company went out of business, or or the developer just says, well, no, we're not. Shut that server down 10 years ago. SOL. Well, because there are
Yeah.
community run servers now, certain types of games. Well, that won't run without them.
Yeah.
You have much in the tank? Just dumping
Um.
me. I'm gonna go dumping the
Yeah.
semi,
Not
and
much.
then yep. No, I was
That's
gonna say
it.
you probably should.
See if I can beat getting in front of you.
Yeah, I kind of let you there. This might fill. Not even. Well, you know what? To tell you the truth, it's late enough. We can. Tell you what, I'll go dump this. Dump it. Maybe we'll call it a stream. Yeah. Well, get started because we were having technical difficulties like we normally would, but
Yeah.
it's about 10 o'clock. Enough. But I'll go dump it in our. Because you're probably gonna save this, so in case we come
Yeah.
back to it.
We can keep going on this.
It's a nice change of pace.
Because I don't know. Well, it is, and it's also I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get everything put back together. Because I have a version of No Man's Land that's not gonna be the same, but it's not gonna be too different, and so we'll be able to kind of continue on. I just got to get all the hardware sorted out for the PC so that I can actually run it. Which
Yeah.
it sounds like I think I'm getting close. I think the mic will probably be the last thing. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I think I've got everything else sorted. I think it's just getting this mic to work. I was thinking about it though. I'm gonna have to like have you or talk to casual or have someone come in and do like a test stream just to make sure
Oh,
I got
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I got it.
Since it's already proven that it's not working.
Hell of a Zuck. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, whatever. This fun just because something different, different terrain, different scenery. Look at, I guess. All right.
Yeah.
Gonna